The Kingdom of Mahogany Tree by Yurani Riaños. There was a beautiful kingdom called Mahogany Tree, where its ruler was a king who loved and enjoyed to care the nature and his surroundings. His name was Durathan, the most strong and kind at the same time king around the lands. He had been ruling for a long time, and his people were happy with his government because he was fair with everything and everybody. One day, something strange happened around the Mahogany Tree Kingdom. A rare forest, an extraordinary doorway opened from a mystic place called Sacred Mountain, located on the middle of the lands. It looked like a door from other world, and rarely from that door were coming a rare and ugly creatures that looked like a green and big buffalo that walked like a human. When those creatures started to walk to the Mahogany Tree sacred mountains, all the nature started to die, and the animals lost their strongest. The Mahogany Tree lands were places where whole humanity, nature, and animals used to live in harmony. And suddenly they were living that terrible condition because all that they knew was dying slowly, and their people were so worried and upset. Meanwhile, the king, worried about the struggle that his kingdom were suffering, went to speak with his mentor Mathif, who was an old man that used to have mystical knowledge, and he thought that he was the only one that can help him to fight against those creatures. Those creatures called themselves the Pack, and their leader Orgrim, who was the strongest of the pack and also lived, he had a wife and a baby. Somebody decided to arrive at Mahogany Tree Lines through a portal that they create with the last magic from their place. Although the past was destroying everything in their way, they used to say that those lands were good to live and survive. But at the same time, they didn't understand why everything around them was dying. If they doesn't wanted to destroy the lands, they just need a place to live because their original home was destroyed by an extraordinary flame. Therefore, Orgrim, the leader of the pack, decided to try a trace with the king Durathan and ask him for help for his people because they didn't want to fight. They were ugly and big, but not dangerous. Just they had a problem because their steps were destroying everything on Mahogany Tree Kingdom, and they also needed the land to survive and live. Moreover, the king had the help of Metik, and maybe he could help them to know what caused that energy that made them destroy everything with their steps. Finally, when the day of the meeting becomes, the advisor of the king, Metif, and Durathan, the king, arrive at the place with an army, and the leader of the pack becomes alone, showing to the king Durathan that he and the pack didn't want to create a war between them. Quite the opposite, he asked him for help to his pack and protection from the goodness to free them from that bad energy that made them destroy everything. The king Durathan, when he saw that they were not dangerous, decided to help them, and he asked to the old man if he could do something to help them be free from that damning. Days after, they did a ceremony where all the pack got free from that bad energy and helped the people of the Mahogany Tree Kingdom to recover the beautiful place, and everything returned to tranquility. The end. Thank you, tutor, for listening to me. That's all.